I want what you want, but not at any cost. I really hope you make it.
I have to finish it.
There's a cost.
We could have killed you. Maybe you should have.
Another bombshell video. It ain't even been 2 weeks since we just discussed the recent Last of Us Part 3 leaks and rumors that had popped out. We just had the recent news from Naughty Dog themselves that Neil Druckmann is becoming the head of the studio in early 2024 as Evan Wells is retiring at the end of the year. And now another bombshell drops last night. This has been something I have discussed previously on the channel. But now we've got even some more potential hinting at its existence, which I have been really telling you guys of. 5 months ago, I made a video discussing The Last of Us Part 2 Director's Cut. It has been something that has been hinted at for a long time. Upwards to 2 years plus now. Last of Us Part 2 just turned 3 years old in June. Last of Us Part 2 is one of the most awarded games of all time. It is a very awarded game, very popular game, very controversial game, very loved game, very hated game. It's even getting a adaptation in form of The Last of Us HBO Season 2, which we probably won't see until 2025. Which even makes more sense why they're going to be doing it. The Last of Us Part 2 sales skyrocketed as a result of the HBO show's first season. So this has been a upward cycle of stuff we've been seeing. So we're gonna get into some catch up on what you need to know about The Last of Us Part 2 PS5 Remastered Director's Cut, whichever you want to call it. Gustavo Santaolalla, who is the game's composer, had some pretty interesting comments I think you guys are going to be very interested to hear. If you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new to stay updated with the latest Last of Us content, news, and information. Be sure to join about that near 30% of people are hitting the red subscribe button, hit notification bell, have it set to all. Join about the near 100,000 people that have all notifications on for the channel so you miss any of my videos. And if we can go for 1,500 likes on this video, greatly would appreciate that. So this starts with Tom Henderson in January of 2022. With Last of Us 2 multiplayer and Last of Us Director's Cut, I've heard they are coming to, but I don't know exactly when and how. So the bottom line, of course, we know God of War Ragnarok released in November. And again, this is, you know, how much of the schedule's changed. We know the multiplayer game right now currently is delayed. And the Director's Cut was planned as well with this. Now, what makes this tweet even more credible is the tweet above this. Heard from multiple people that The Last of Us remake is nearly finished and could release during the latter half of 2022. And that's what happened. The remake released in September. So, this is a credible post. In my last Last of Us 2 Director's Cut discussion kind of video, I also mentioned that the actual trailer post, which was the PS5 patch trailer, is delisted. You can't find it on the official PlayStation's YouTube channel. It was removed. Why is that?
Coincidence? I think not!
Gustavo Santaolalla. Here's the interview. Now, unfortunately, it is in a different language, not English, so obviously, I didn't understand what was being said. So I had to do some digging through the internet. And we've got a user here by the name of Nader. Native Spanish speaker here. Gustavo says, and now, in the new editions, you're going to be able to make me play certain tracks, and well, I can't tell you anything else. Now, the question that was asked that prompted this response was about his character in part 2 and the fact of seeing Santa Lila in a digital version. Again, shout out to Joan Astic. He's a YouTuber that covers Naughty Dog, so make sure to go check him out. I'll give him a link and credit down below. He's the one that translated this, though. But he also said, new additions where you can make me play certain songs and, well, nothing. I can't tell you anything else because I have signed an NDA. It may refer to part 3, or it may refer to director's cut. For context of the question, I think that's the director's cut. And I would agree. The question asked about part 2 and his character in part 2. So it would make sense if he's talking about, you know, a new addition. Now, again, he could mean part 3. I just think this is more likely to be the director's cut, because you could literally walk up to him in the part 2. So it would be kind of cool if Naughty Dog added a little Easter egg or hidden thing where you could do stuff like that. Now, I don't think he's BSing this. This is literally the composer of the game. So now the question goes to, when are we going to hear news about this? Because it has to be pretty soon, right? Don't you think? Do we think we could hear about it this year? The next date that sparks up all the interest for me is The Last of Us Day, which is in September. September 26th. It's the yearly celebration. That is probably the most likely date I can see right now, if it is this year. If not, maybe it's announced at the next PlayStation Showcase. I could definitely see that happening. But it seems like this is going to release potentially even before the multiplayer game. And that's going to piss off a lot of people because, man, the multiplayer fans have just been not given a single bone at this point. But again, remember there was also a rumor that it could be paired with the multiplayer game. That is obviously a possibility if the multiplayer game is even free, but who knows. And what I'm hoping with this remaster, director's cut, whatever you want to call it, I hope it is not $70 for one, unless there is significant new content. What I mean by that is DLC, a bunch of all the PS5 upgrades that were in the remake of Part 1, and more. And a bunch of other new features. Maybe new guns, maybe new characters in that DLC, other new stuff that they haven't introduced in any Naughty Dog game. I just think, obviously, a director's cut is going to include all the PS5 things that were in the remake. A lot of the modes, like the speedrun mode, permadeath, the skins, all the settings, haptic feedback, graphic settings. I mean, yes, it just needs all that. Maybe even 120 FPS if we can get to that. So I don't expect to hear about this until probably sometime later this year. I'd hope we think it gets announced this year, but I think it's pretty much almost confirmed at this point. Unless he means part 3, which I only got to an L either, but let me know what you guys think about this down below in the comments. Do you want to last this part 2 director's cut remaster / PS5 version? Or do you think, hey, we've seen enough of The Last of Us 2. We need something new. We need the multiplayer game. We need part 3. So let me know in the comments. Drop a like and subscribe if you guys did enjoy this. Let's go for 1,500 likes. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.
The sudden case of liberty.